RK3 is going to be performing at the start of this. He's the rookie, he's the new guy, and they told him at the start, hey, you know what? Join us for the debut match.
Why not?
Why not? RK3 is the type who, admittedly, he's really more of the mage user in the mid lane. But then we saw him use things such as the Saber in the mid lane, something that has risen as a pick off-season. So I'm going to be looking forward to seeing what RK3 is going to be playing. The rookie making his debut here in MPL Season 8.
Previously, only players like Renbo from
your team
VTR
is banning
across the shores. But right now, here we go. Draft is afoot. We have here bans from Echo. That's the Micophobia and Selena. And yes, Nathan comes up. First two picks for ONIC Philippines. The Ling alongside Nathan after they banned out Matilda, Johid, and Paquito. Honestly, nothing too crazy here. But I am surprised at how much Echo really respects Baloyskie.
Your team
Selena.
is banning.
That's right. Again, you gotta have to. There's always that fact, right? That anywhere you put Baloyskie, there's the Selena happening there. And again, you also have to think about how he works as an assassin. Natalia's always been a choice for him, so I feel bad for Echo that they have to think so much just because of one guy.
He's so versatile.
Yeah, he's such a versatile player.
Yeah, and now for ONIC actually picking up the Nathan early on, that from the get-go you're already showing. Actually, they picked their two main damage dealers, their main priorities in the terms of the gold for their first two picks already. So they're more relying on what their side lane mix-up is going to be like.
But Reptar, do note, we have seen support Nathan.
Yeah.
Some teams across the shores in our international
Little nutty.
counterparts. It's a thing. They have played Nathan in the mid role, so who's to say? Again, we're talking about Baloyskie here. Madman.
Yeah, a lot of damage, super quick scaling on that Nathan, especially put him in the mid lane. He'll be able to access his level 4 and get the gold rolling in fairly quickly. Don't be surprised if that Nathan's going to have the Avarice on him. That's how you can quickly get the items. Now, Echo taking out the X-Bor was a fantastic ban, and banning out the Grok means now you're forcing ONIC to actually maybe consider putting that Rafaela in the tank or roaming role. However, they can still slot in some different picks if they decide to put the Rafaela in the mid lane and then the Nathan in the gold lane. Now, for the last two picks of Echo, just waiting for that to show up, is the Kagura, a favorite pick there for Baloyskie. They're still taking they're still attacking him, still taking things away. And now actually the Harith.
Oh, Bennyqt special.
Yeah, Bennyqt special, a Harith going into the gold lane. But do you think it'd be crazy, Rockhart, for the Hayabusa and Harith to be like the trump cards here to actually switch roles?
I mean, that's the thing. There's so much versatility and flexibility, and that's what you get when you draft players like these guys. You can throw any heroes on them, right? They have so many of their signatures that you're going to be confused a little bit. And there's just something that happens when switching. Sometimes teams change decisions, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes that happens. So that just makes ONIC's draft a little bit difficult, but also easy to read for Echo, because drafting a Rafaela kind of already dictates that you're gonna group up a lot.
Yep, and you're gonna move quick and fast. Hold up!
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a drill.
Not a drill!
I hope it's not. I hope it's not. We are seeing.
I thought I heard Tom's though.
Yes.
Unless Clint got a completely new voice package.
Okay, you know what, ladies and gentlemen?
He has a bad day.
This is as much a ride for you guys as it is for us.
Yeah, that's what Clint sounds like if he just has like a rough day on his throat. Like he's too gruff.
Hairball.
A hairball, yeah. It's still.
It's not.
Is it? I'm trying to look at their
Look
phone.
at their cameras.
Okay. I think it was Tom's as the last pick.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for clarifying.
So can confirm that Tams is showing up, but someone did mix that up. We are gonna get a better look at the final lineup. But yeah, something to note here besides the how do I say, very specific attacks on Baloyskie's hero pool. This is a return to form for KurtTzy.
Yeah.
He's going back to the Exp Lane.
He spent the season mixing things up with Omega, sometimes going into the mid lane support role. Now he is going back into the XP lane. Going to be interesting to see how he's going to play this out now that he's back with his former coach in that role. And it is a Tom's, and it's a Dlarskie special with that Tom. So I think we can expect an aggressive Dlarskie here on it.
Yeah, I absolutely think that's going to happen, because again, we have watched this guy play 4 seasons now on specifically heroes like that. And it's going to be so much fun back on the El Clasico here. Land is gone once more.
Here we go. Thank you so much to our tournament telco partner, Smart 5G, the Philippines' fastest 5G network. we are now upon the first game of MPL Philippines season, and boy, oh boy, does it feel good to be back. Baloyskie, actually, yeah, he is playing the mid lane Nathan, and he is rocking that Avarice. What exactly is an Avarice?
Well, with Avarice, the more you get to hit an enemy hero, you can stack up gold per hit. So that's what you want on that Nathan, to get the items as quickly as possible.
Oh, they are pressuring Aspect. His Hayabusa here is going to have a difficult time. His support, the RK3 special Kakura, and of course Rafflesia's Chu. It's going to take a while for him to actually do anything as the Hayabusa, but as soon as he hits level 4, I expect that it'll be okay, but Baloyskie's giving him a hard time.
Yeah, good thing he got the orange buff right away, though. That's the, like, if that was delayed, oh my god, that's a level Hayabusa.
Rafflesia here. Bring around the rosies, skipping to Beemo's beat, but yeah, he doesn't feel weird here because I think Rafflesia's used to this kind of play. We've seen him time and time again just babysit a jungler.
Yeah, over and over again, right?
Yeah, and at the same time, I feel like I could hear Coach Dale telling Rafflesia, just give us the information. If you need to go deep into the enemy jungle,
you can hear it through the camera.
Yeah, like, go there, please. We need to know.
Just check him.
Yeah.
I didn't know, man.
Yeah, by the way, we just need to point out here, it is Echo on the blue side and ONIC on the red side.
That's right, that's right. That's just a little bit of snafu there, but again, you can really tell by the HP bar, the color of their HP bar, right?
Yeah.
So, and so far, I feel like, yes, aggressive early game is going to be the name of the game here for ONIC, and Kairi with Dlarskie going to have a lot of fun getting those early turtles. See what they're going to do
Red
with
team
that.
has slain the turtle.
Early lead by ONIC here. That Ling taking out the turtle off camera real quick. Up top forcing out the Zaman Force. Bennyqt already dropping it. Trying to buy time and chunk away at that gold lane turret. Again, 25% off of that. Down bottom, wow. Look how deep Dlarskie is going.
Right, that's just how confident they are, right? Like, oh, and we know KurtTzy can do stuff later on, but that's later. Like, 7 or 3 levels later, at level 7 or level 8, right?
Yeah, that's what I told you earlier, man. Dlarskie, give him the comms. He is gonna aggressively play that. He knows the limits of this hero. He knows when he can go for the cut. He knows when he needs to retreat. And right now, his mind is just telling him, I'm gonna attack and I'm gonna go for the cut. And it's working out really well for that matchup as we look into the gold with ONIC actually leading close to 1 point, close to 2K.
Oh, KurtTzy here. Not a good look. There's 3 members of ONIC Philippines on him. Dlarskie and Beemo, they're lacking the bite. They're lacking here the finish, especially against a hero like Ruby that I'm pretty sure KurtTzy's so good at holding out Hatred up top. This is what I gotta ask you guys. What's the faster clock, an Esmeralda or a Ruby?
Absolutely on the Esmeralda. He's got more damage first, and the Ruby just wants that tankiness so that he can survive and sustain more in team fights.
I agree. So I think Ruby just wants to fight back. So if you're not fighting back, like, not much is gonna happen.
Exactly.
But the Esmeralda can bite down on you, and it's a lose-lose.
Yeah, and the fact that Esmeralda has the Avarice, the more she fights or you try to dive her and give her a chance to hit you, she will get more gold. Thank you very much. And hence why, for a moment there, Echo was actually trying to go after Hatred already. They tried to find an opening, 3 versus 1 dive, but they couldn't because they know Hatred didn't have his flicker just yet. But now it's coming off cooldown, so he'll have that back, and it's going to be harder to dive him.
Top Hatred caught out between a rock and a hard place. Literally, first blood drawn by Bennyqt and Baloyskie and Beemo. Maybe a second too late.
Yeah, I feel like I kind of jinxed that because I just said it might be tougher to dive him, and then the moment it happened, Hatred's flicker came off of cooldown, and then he went down.
Yep, absolutely. You know what I noticed, by the way? I never noticed free Avarice on the side of ONIC, which is interesting. That should mean they're the whole team.
Yeah.
And that is showing.
Yep, Tempest of Blades here. Clocked in second turtle for ONIC Philippines. They are still leading in the gold despite conceding the first blood. Let's go back to that triple Avarice setup. The last time we saw this much money on the team's side, I think it was Brenny Sports when they did the big money with like all of the tanks plus an Angela.
Yeah. Like all the Avarices in the world. This isn't exactly like big money. I mean, they can't afford to go big money with this lineup, but you have the Avarice on the right pieces, especially on the Rafaela, because you need items to make it tankier.
It's Bennyqt making them say, hey, Hold on.
Ow!
RK3 gets the kill. And are they going to get one back? The answer is no. Rafflesia just juggling the damage, and Hatred can't fight down.
Yeah, remember, Redbar said, you know what, check out RK3, and he is showing us strong.
Aspect. There's the payback, 1-for-1, but maybe 5 or 10 seconds down a lane in mid, they take out the core. Now, interestingly enough, I think that's an okay trade. You take down the assassin, and it pays off. ONIC is still in the lead.
Yep, and the gold goes over to Kairi, right? That's huge.
Yeah.
Even if it is kind of delayed a little bit.
Yeah, great rotation there by RK3 already has the Flock of Destiny. Harith on the way to building the second core item already has the Calamity Reaper, so ONIC has to be careful now for that Harith next team fight.
Oh, Way of the Dragon by Rafflesia, looking for the punish, doesn't find it. Dlarskie keeping himself alive with the Counter Inferno, but it's not going to be enough against 3 members. Bennyqt helps him get another one. Up top, it's their turn. ONIC Philippines looking for one.
Shadow
Kairi
kill!
gets hit by the Shadow Kill, and Beemo helps him. Tanks a few hits, and he survives. KurtTzy does the same. Wow, it's a wash.
Yeah, I really love the comms there. Beautifully done by Beemo to the rescue. You can really hear that wee-woo coming strong into Kairi's destination. And again, that's what happens, right? When you have people like this who are very veteran, you know, sometimes you just feel it, right? Someone needs help. Someone's gonna need help in a few seconds here.
This is where I need to be.
Yeah, exactly.
This is where I need the Beemo. I needed to get that in. I'm sorry.
I love how both of us,
had to.
like we both took a moment to be like, wait, oh, he just went there. That's one. That's the first one of the season, Leo.
First one of the season.
Okay, so the Feather of Heaven is already on the hair, so that already, Bennyqt also has the Calamity Reaper, so the ONIC has to be careful, but...
100% turtle take rate, still Rafflesia gets one,
Ooh,
is the perfect
again!
timing. Baloyskie taken down by his counterpart in mid, RK3. How Kakoi, the half-Japanese sensation.
Dude, there's something up with RK3's umbrella,
Yeah.
there's a homing device there.
It's a beautiful, actually.
He's amazing. Another fight breaking now. Tempest of Blades, unable to punish Rafflesia. Dlarskie thinking twice about it. I popped the Content Inferno for
What do I
this.
do? I gotta use this. I can't.
Oh,
beautiful.
Blue team turret
He
has
gets
been
his
destroyed.
teammate.
Oh, man.
Aspect
team
gets
turret
Beemo,
has
they
been
spent an
destroyed.
entire season playing together, now Aspect's first kill in Season 8 goes to his old teammate.
Interesting how Echo is still down 2,000 gold. It's gotta be the Avarice.
Yeah,
Avarice.
It is
definitely.
the Avarice.
Avarice.
Yeah, so Asian Avarice.
What's
Avarice, yeah.
I'm looking for the plural form.
We're in the, Avarice, we'll just go for Avarice.
Avarice?
Avarice.
we will
That's
double
one
check
syllable
that.
too many, dude.
Avarus.
Avarus. Eh,
Avarus.
Okay.
That sounds like a single
It does.
form.
we'll work on it
We'll work
later.
on it,
We'll figure it
We'll
out.
ask if there is an official term for it.
For the plural form.
Yes.
Yes.
Interesting. High level stuff here.
Back to another fight that might just break out. Both teams are super mobile. I think that's one of the keys to this current metagame. In a world full of assassins.
Yeah, and speaking of mobility, Aspect just picked up the Hunter Strike. He'll get a little bit more armor penetration to hopefully deal with that Toms, who is building more defensive items now, already on the way to the Guardian Helmet or the Oracle. Most likely going to be the Oracle. And then he does get a little bit more movement speed, so after he goes in with a Shadow Kill, he has a little bit more opportunity to be able to run away after diving in.
So far, ONIC only able to get one kill. There's a Way of the Dragon. Catches the perfect target for ONIC. Rafflesia
hero
punished.
has been
Baloyskie takes
slain.
down the show. And they're going for more. Dlarskie in the perfect spot. Taking a few hits from Bennyqt. Oh, an Aspect goes for the Shadow Kill. Can he take down Baloyskie?
Oh, one more hit! Oh, he does!
Shurikens and takes
Red
down
team
two.
hero has
Bennyqt
been
takes the
slain.
other one. Dlarskie falls 2 for 1. Echo still clawing towards breaking even when it comes to gold. But just the same, ONIC is not retreating.
They're still pushing it, and I think that might be a little too much. Aspect. Very confident, right? A huge difference in what
turret
he was
has been
last
destroyed.
season.
Yeah.
Grown so much.
Oh, Bennyqt almost going for it there with Kairi. RK3 and Aspect were the main guys for that fight. ONIC had the perfect setup already for a counterplay, but no, Echo said, watch out for the yin-yang overturn. Here comes the Umbrella. A little bit off target, but just within the range of the yin-yang overturn. He'll be able to toss it again, get a little bit more damage, and of course, as you mentioned there, Rock Hard, the Aspect Shadow Kill.
Yeah, it was actually quite weird for Rafflesia to be that deep. you already saw it failed, right? The way of the drag already failed. He still went for it. I don't know what was up with that, but Echo really capitalized maximum, even with that false start.
My eyes are still on RK3.
It
was so interesting how he positioned himself and actually helped towards get that 2-for-1.
Yeah.
And looking at the kill count and eventually the gold lead that Echo is trying to catch up to, I think they're putting a dent on this. It's less than 2K at any given moment, and so far, they're looking for the punishes, but I don't know, ONIC has just much more scaling.
Yeah, Dlarskie now just picked up the Athena shield for that Tom, so he might be able to do a better job of actually sustaining the damage coming in from the Kagura, who just picked up the Divine Glaive. So we have to watch out for like who'll be able to sustain who better.
So more decision making, more impact on RK3's decision making in this regard, especially now that they are playing around the Lord pit.
I like what Dlarskie is doing. He's playing Enforcer. He's saying, all right, this is the perimeter. Nobody come close.
Yep, we got you. We got you, fam. Come on, guys, get started. No.
One thing I need to mention here, though, is Bennyqt hasn't gone down yet. 2-0-5.
Oh, that's
and
such a Bennyqt thing to do, though.
Yeah, and he's so happy with like how much items he has. Now he already has his main core items all just picked up there, the Holy Crystal. So this is Harith that, if ONIC cannot pin him down, is gonna hurt. And the only pin down they have is the Falling Star Moon and the Holy Baptism of the Rafaela.
Yep, and just like that, Echo is looking to capitalize. They sense that ONIC is not here. Let's do this. They're going to reset the Lord. They sense that Kairi was going to come from the back. And I think after that, we're back at square one. Lord gets enhanced.
Imagine Kairi just, jumping and then forcing the rest of Echo to fall back. That's pretty good stuff, right? That's pretty good stuff.
And that's a statement coming from a 0-0-2 Ling.
Yeah.
That is the friendliest Ling I've seen in a while.
I can threaten you just by being here, even though I didn't get any kills yet.
Oh, there's no coming back. There's a Tempest of Lane.
Gets it!
And Rafflesia gets punished. Just like that. Echo is not in any shape.
RK3
says something. He says, no, you do not get that for free. It's a 1-for-1. And
the damage!
Shut down by J. Lord Gonzalez. Hatred.
So it looks so easy when they do it, right? I could not pull that off if I wanted to. Beautiful, and again, that was out of nowhere, right? RK3 had no business getting that.
And Hatred had no business bursting down RK3 like that. Like, I'm looking at Wolf on the Tagalog stream like across me from now, and he made the same face as I did. How the heck did he bring down RK3 that much?
I think that was
He was like at 40%.
One Stardust dance?
Yeah, it's just one star. Man, where did that come from?
There's a new fire under Hatred. I think that's what it is. Season 7 was so difficult for this young man.
Yeah.
And now, playing in the gold lane, coming from the core, coming from the jungle, he seems to be home.
That's why the tendencies are changing from hate to hatred.
Yep, just miles away. Bootcamp is miles away, and I heard him shout, "It's ONIC time."
Yeah.
Oh my God!
KurtTzy!
What a goal from KurtTzy! Beemo falls, and the rest of ONIC Philippines back the hell out. The last time I saw KurtTzy do something like this, I'm not sure if it was KurtTzy or it was Kenji, but it was his days in Omega. It was an F2, but right now, Dlarskie gets pulled in. He cannot sustain. Bennyqt takes him down. But I think it's worth it. They were able to take down turrets across the map.
Yeah, that was huge. Their economy is kind of just balancing out because of that.
Yeah.
And I think maybe ONIC are getting what they want. That inhibitor turret on the bot side is huge.
And look at him using I'm Offended to clear up the minion waves after he just pulled off an amazing play there. This is his main damage item is just a Haas Claws. He has Dominance Eyes, he has the armor. He's going full defensive, and that's now is what ONIC has to watch out for because their lack of control, that's what Echo actually has in spades. Their control and their ability to burst down with the Kagura, and if he can't catch down their Harith, the Harith is going to be able to dash around and just throw the damage. And oh man, I may be speaking too early here, but we might be seeing ONIC's lack of control, of crowd control, coming to bite them now.
I mean, these are slippery heroes that Echo are using, right? So some of the most slipperiest heroes in the game. 4 of them.
It makes sense though. I mean, that's how ONIC has been playing for a majority of the 15-minute bout. They have been going in, going out, going in, going out. That's why the team fights are relatively scarce. This is pretty conservative for this current metagame, sitting at 11-4. and looking at a map that's this pushed for ONIC. So I guess they know the weaknesses, and I think they're just doing their best to cut their losses.
And I think this is like the problem for ONIC instantly picking up their Ling and Nathan. You already know.
Pick one.
Yeah, they're ace. So Echo right away went for the Ruby, and that's the reason why Ruby works so well in this meta. Just how well she does against assassins.
And you mentioned it, like no items required. You're gonna do your job either way. So I love that they're doing this. And again, this lineup is going to be difficult to deal with, especially in the late game. So that's where I think ONIC is going to have to think about. They're going to have to really start bursting individuals down, because I doubt that they can take a team fight.
Yeah, it's not going to be that easy. And the way that they've been playing so far, this is not ONIC's first rodeo. They have done well in their scrims and their preparation to know that this lineup is not going to lift the finger against Echo. Because if they do, that whole KurtTzy situation happens all over again.
And of course, they're always the yin-yang overturn. That's so difficult to spot out at times.
Yeah.
Right?
Despite all of that,
yeah.
it's still like close to 3,000.
Really.
What's the average keeping them alive?
Though,
yeah.
Right?
That's
We're gonna
the
have
point.
to think about it.
Yeah, that's the whole point of it, is as long as ONIC keeps this up, then that gold lead is going to stay. And yeah, I don't think this kill score is going to change drastically. But let's see, here's another Lord. It's at half. I wouldn't call this no man's land. I wouldn't call this no point of return just yet.
Turret has been destroyed.
Kairi is doing something else on the map, though.
Sneaky push.
Sneaky. And again, all of that is dancing around the Lord. Oh.
Okay, know where Kairi is.
Kairi's so confident,
Yeah.
isn't he?
You know they can't catch him. Unless Rafflesia gets to miraculously Jeet Kundo him off the wall.
Or KurtTzy.
Or KurtTzy.
Yeah, it's a one-time, big-time kind of thing. And I think Rafflesia did pull the way of the dragon there on Dlarskie.
Also, he knows that there's really nothing much that Echo can do against him.
Yeah, and I think even Baloyskie is not shy to pull the trigger on Entropy. Like, he knows that the cooldown is fast enough. He knows where Echo is right now, and that's where the veterancy, that's where the wisdom comes from.
And now ONIC just playing the long chicken game with the Lord versus Echo here. And I like the positioning of where Kairi is. He's not way too close so that if a fight does break out, he doesn't put himself in the risk of potentially getting taken out. Which right now, if Kairi or Aspect goes down for either team, that's going to be a sign for the other squad to go for the Lord.
And
that's
the dragon on to Dlarskie. They drop everything on him. Ladies and gentlemen, they drop everything. Immortality pop. Can they get Rafflesia? There's
that's one down.
Blades, it's a trade. One more time.
Team Hero has been slain.
Oh!
One
Team
more
Hero
time.
has been
And Kairi
slain.
finished the
Hero
job.
has been
Aspect
slain.
falls. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. Lord is now up next on the docket for ONIC Philippines.
Those resets finally paid off for ONIC here, and Kairi skipping every wall just to get that info. Gets in a huge team fight.
Man, I feel like ONIC was just like, please, Jeet Kundo or Way of the Dragon or Toms, and that is what happened here. Bennyqt goes down, that's a wipeout. We said it earlier, whoever loses their jungler, that team is gonna go for the Lord, and I think this is it.
This is the tale of overtime. Esperanza versus Harry. One eats up shields, the other just makes them for days. Ladies and gentlemen, ONIC Philippines takes game number 1.
That's as smooth as a game you can get with the lineup that they had. Again, no business winning any team fights. What did they do? They danced around it.